And I'm getting word we are ready to rock and roll with some Sonic Advance 3. Everybody in the chat out there, give it up for Fruit coming back to show us just how fast Sonic really can be. This time,
Sonic Advance 3. This was released in 2004 on the Game Boy Advance. I am playing it on Game Boy Player. And so let me just clean my file really fast. This is not the Japanese version, I'm just setting it to Japanese specs. So now I'm on the character select screen, and timing starts as soon as I select. So, are you ready? Oh, you just wrong down. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! So I picked Tails as the lead and Sonic as the partner, and that's where you'll notice immediately the first difference of this game. You have 2 characters instead of 1. There's 5 characters you can compare. There's a total of 20 different pairs that you can go with. And the cool thing about this game is that you have different tag actions depending on what your partner is, as well as different passive abilities depending on who's synergized with who. So Tails and Sonic, Sonic's tag action makes me go really fast, so that's why I have Sonic as Tails. I'm going to go straight to Act 1. There's a hub world in this game. It's kind of unusual for Sonic games to have hub worlds, but whatever. So you'll see immediately my tag action is I just get launched forward at Mach speed. That's why this team is really fast. I'm going to be doing some pause buffer jumps. The reason why the pause buffer jumps work is because essentially, so what Sonic actually does whenever you use a tag action is he places a speed booster under your feet for exactly 1 frame. That frame you can jump off of it. So when I'm pausing, I am letting go of R and then pressing A. So it's immediately done with Act 1. Route 99 is a bit of a mix of mostly horizontal and some vertical moments. You'll see me have to fly up very slowly to some places. Oh, I jumped on there. That's good though. A lot of tag jumps here. You could do it frame perfect by just letting go of R and A on the exact frame. This just helps make it a lot more consistent. I did sort of tag action through those spikes there. I caught that kind of on a weird cycle, so I had to kind of squeeze it through those spikes. And that's already Act 2 done. Act 3, you'll see how very broken this team is. With the flights and tag action. A lot of the run is just knowing exactly when to charge your tag action because it takes 1.5 seconds for the tag action to actually be charged. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, got it. So I just flew over a good chunk of the level just by using Sonic's tag action and flights. And in this game, Tails actually doesn't lose horizontal speed when he's compared to Sonic as he flies. So that lets him fly over huge chunks of levels. Really fun. Oh, I'm supposed to do that. Other than that, this pack went really well. So there's 3 acts and a boss for every zone. 7 zones in this game. The boss in this zone, I'll explain a little bit of the plot of this game as I go into the boss. But essentially, what the plot is, if you've ever played Sonic Battle and you know the character Emerald, there's a similar character called Gemerald. I think it's like a reborn version of Emerald. But he's evil and he wants to kill us, and he's teamed up with Eggman. Right now, I'm gonna take advantage of the Tails swipe attack. Another really good thing about Tails. Oops. That the Tails swipe attack's really good for hitting enemies because it lasts for a lot longer than you thought might hit your blow. So after that mini boss, all the Eggman bosses in this game, he's kind of like fused with Gemerald, excuse me. This boss is easy because Tails make it. The Tails on Tails hitbox. I'm ending it on the left side, and I'll explain why in moments. This game has voice. You probably noticed, but this game has voices, and that one's probably my favorite. Eggman says you're going to pay for this. But I ended it on the left side, and the reason for that is the sooner Eggman goes off screen, the sooner I can act. So I'm actually going to be on the left side, otherwise it'll take longer going off screen. There's actually a few bosses in this game where you can set up to kill for him to be completely off screen, for you to be able to act immediately. The setups are usually pretty difficult. But now moving on to Sunset Hills, or like the Green Hill remix. The surprise is in Zone 1, but you know, whatever. There's another fast horizontal base level. So if there's any donations, then I can just let the gameplay speak for itself.
We do have a $15 donation from Anonymous. Very much appreciated, Anonymous. No comment, but if I did my math correctly, that went towards that goal of bopping Sephiroth in the head with Braver to finish off Final Fantasy VII. Only $97 out of the 500 needed, so still a lot of room to go on that one.
You saw me come to a complete dead stop on that slope, and sometimes it just does happen. It's a little unfortunate. I assume it's because of the way subpixels are programmed. It's usually on slope, so it's not always on slope, but sometimes you're going at a certain speed and you land on certain parts of the slope. You have to set it up, otherwise you'll just come to a complete dead stop. And that can happen a lot in Act 1 of Sunset Hill. Any more donations?
Still waiting at the moment, just want to let folks know we also have a very open bid war for Sonic Robo Blast 2, which is coming up right after this for the character bid war. Top 4 chosen, so you can get your character you want in there for cheap as not quite free, but pretty much any donation, and you can get a character you want into that run. So feel free to fill that one up, folks.
I actually vote for Amy, because Amy rocks. Okay, so Act 3, I said this was a horizontal stage. This is not a horizontal stage, but... So, actually, some other different teams would be valuable here, but... I actually didn't mention this, I forgot to mention this. At the beginning of the game, you only have Sonic and Tails unlocked, so you can only play as Sonic and Tails and Sonic, like I am right now. Sonic and Tails is good too, you'll see that in a moment. I've already climbed up here with some good use of slope jumps and flights. Slope jumps essentially, if I jump on an inclined part of the slope, then I'll jump higher. Very neat thing to do. Gemerald gave me, from this point on, Gemerald's going to be fighting me in some of the acts, and he's going to have random patterns. He has a pattern that can make me lose a second if he does it twice, but he can too. But the Gemerald acts are actually also the acts in which you unlock a character in this game, but you have to have Sonic as the lead. So I did not unlock a character here. And that's not required for any percent, but it is required for true ending. Okay, here's an interesting boss that is a little bit luck-based, so I hopefully He hopefully goes the right way for me. I can hit him with my tails or the tail spike. Sometimes Sonic can hit him for me and that might mess things up. Let's see if I can get this off-screen kill. Nice. You see I'm moving all around the half pipe here. Moment. Oh no. Barely didn't get it. If he started his monologue a little bit earlier, then I would have been able to just be able to jump out of that and leave the boss arena immediately. But it's no big deal. It's still a fast fight. So, moving on, I'm actually gonna soft reset, because this is the fastest way to switch characters in this game. The reason why I don't usually see team swaps is because it takes about 11 seconds. But I'm switching to Sonic and Tails for this next zone, which is Coast and Phase. Take one good look at the maps on like Sonic Center or wherever. You'll see this is a very vertically based zone, kind of like Metropolis or maybe even Labyrinth, except a little bit less evil. But I'm going to be using Tails' attack action. As you saw right there, Tails' attack action on the ground, he throws you really high up in the air at an angle. Oh. So that's actually really useful for traversing this zone, and it lets you do a lot of developer intended shortcuts that you wouldn't be able to do as someone like Tails and Sonic. See, this pit up here, I can only go up it as Tails at this moment. As Tails and Sonic it doesn't even have enough the tools to make enough pipe to make. Sonic and Tails, very, very useful. Oh. Nothing too much going on here. Got any donations or announcements to make? Now would be a good time.
Well, I'd just like to remind folks, when you do make your donations out there, be sure to assign it to an incentive or a bid war. You can unlock, well, we've unlocked all the bonus games, but the Cool Runner showcases, we've still got those. Or put your own personal stamp on a run with names, with character choices. You can see all of our active incentives and their progress on the donation page. For a list of all the upcoming incentives and bid wars, use command !incentives in chat.
Yeah, I'm trying to make a custom cycle up here. I'm probably gonna... A good cycle is 49. I'm probably gonna make 51. I might have been able to jump out. Didn't think to do it at all. This zone is infamous in casual playthroughs just for having a lot of pressures and things that can kill you. Having the water segments in which you can conveniently... Most of them you can skip. It's not that big of a deal. Run. The hub world is also just really vertically based. So... You'll see me do something called a trick sometimes off of ramps or springs or other interactable obstacles. I can do a trick upwards, downwards, or forwards. And so I'm going to do a trick like right now. And it's pretty good because it lets you... It's like a sudden speed boost in either of those three directions. Grabbing some speed shoes here. This is the only other time you'll see me have speed shoes in this run. As you saw it a little bit in Route 3, and 3. Speed shoes are useful just because they're in the way. So it's really easy to get here. So now moving on to this is the first of two major luck-based bonuses. This is a little bit less luck-based. Second. Essentially, Eggman's in this giant frog-like book. I think it's called the Egg Frog. Not exactly sure, but these little feet things, you can either tuck them in or keep them out, and I want him to keep them out because I can hit him 3 times if he keeps them tucked out, but if he tucks them in like he just did there, I can only hit him 2 times and use them once.
So what you're saying is you want him to stick his leggy out real far.
Yes. For lack of a... or not a lack of a better explanation. Oh man. One die, please. Okay, good. I was kind of messing around there. I wasn't expecting him to go down so early. I was a little bit scary. I would have been very embarrassed if I died. But it's okay. One bad pattern. I never hurt anyone, right? It's not that often for him to give you bad patterns. But I'm moving on to the next zone, which is Toy Kingdom. Sort of the obligatory casino zone with a twist. One interesting tidbit about this game is that you don't have to play the acts in order. You can play the acts in any order, and then you can fight the boss. So I'm actually going to Act 3 immediately. You'll see why. Your Toy Kingdom is mostly a cycle-based zone with a lot of... I was talking about motion-based having cluster blocks. There's also a lot of cluster blocks in this level. Kind of like Casino Nights. And I'm gonna want to make certain hallways. Just at this level. Oh. Also, falling down is hard. I'm gonna try to make a... Oops, I'm not making it. Oh, I can't make that? What? Well, you learn something new every day. I've never messed up that bucket before. Sorry about background noise, if you could hear that.
I think you're fine on that front.
So, that was a little bit of a disaster, but now I'm fighting General again. He could do a rocket attack, which I actually wanted to do this. So... Oh, thanks Tails for hitting him for me. Setup. Alright, and that's it for 4-3, and I mentioned earlier that you unlock characters if you play General Access Sonic. So I'm actually going to stop reset and switch to a different team. I'm going to be switching to Amy Ants, and I'm going to be using them for the most of the rest of this game. But it's mostly just going to be using a lot of tag actions, very similar to Tails and Sonic. They have an amp instead of the flight. Very useful in some circumstances. $15, $16. See, it doesn't matter particularly how fast I am there, only really matters at the end. There's no more cycles left. When she's paired with Sonic, she also has this air dodge attack. It doesn't have a hitbox, so you can't attack people with it, but it's very good for regaining air control, and you can also snap ledges. So you can like hit onto a ledge, and like right here, you go onto it at a little speed, so you can do that sometimes. Toy Kingdom 2, another very psych-based level. Trying not to do tag jumps here because pausing will lose some time. Ooh. Should have figured this out. Okay, I can use the spring. I don't know where this block cycle is going to be. Okay, there we go. That went surprisingly well considering I fell down there, because usually when I fall down there, it's a complete disaster. Oh man.
Time for a quick donation.
Yep, and a lot of time too, because coming up to a very long auto-scroller type boss after this.
Oh good. Somebody make me read some terrible puns while we have that auto-scroller boss. In the meantime, we've got $10 from Chase Wolf. Thank you so much. No comment on it, but it looks like that went towards the Link to the Past randomizer, upgrading it to all dungeons. That's another one I'd love to see filled, folks. Gets us more marathon and more fun.
More content means more good.
Absolutely. And
Okay,
more time to crush.
Okay, very quick, brief explanation of this boss. There's 3 patterns, randomly. It's Jack in the Box, you saw right there, 5 seconds. Ball and Chain is 8 seconds, missiles like 12 seconds. Just got the missile there. You don't want missiles, obviously. Doesn't really matter if you take damage or not. So, I'm just gonna be doing this for like 2 minutes, or more, depending on how many missiles I get. Ball and Chain is the second best pattern that you get. As you go through the fights, you actually have a lower chance of getting Jack in the Boxes until the 7th hit, where you can't get Jack in the Boxes anymore. You want Ball and Chains instead. But also just the chance of getting a Jack in the Box lowers. So the fact that I got it on the first hit is pretty hard, of course. Anything else you'd like to add? Any donations or terrible puns? Now's the time for them.
Now would be a great time for terrible puns. Still waiting for somebody to send something really awful for me to read. I want to make the chat grow just as much as possible. In the meantime, fastest for the Spring Spectacular, raising money for OAR, the Organization for Autism Research. Since 2008, OAR has awarded more than $1 million in scholarships to individuals with an autism spectrum diagnosis for their post-secondary education. They also provide helpful resources to assist individuals seeking employment, as well as for businesses looking to hire them. All these resources are available free of charge for those affected by autism. For more information, please visit www.researchautism.org or use the command !charity in chat.
So you saw that took 2 minutes. Ideally, you want less than 2 minutes, because I think I've gotten like high 240 of this at some point. The best case, the biggest gap is like literally a minute gap, but you usually get somewhere in between. You usually get in the median. So this is Twinkle Snow. It's another zone, sort of like the early game, but it's got a lot of good movement. And something very interesting you're about to see later. Oh, I forgot to say what Amy's Hammer does. That's important for the next level. Amy's Hammer, it acts as like a box extension, so you have more range for it for hitting enemies, but also if you hit a spring, the launch height of the spring, much like Advanced 1, launch height of the spring is amplified. I don't know by how much, but a very significant amount. It helps you skip considerable segments sometimes. And here, you're going to see a glitch because this is IanKeith. There has to be at least one glitch. I'll try my best to explain it, but bear in mind about sort of out of focus to make sure I don't mess it up. Ah. Oh, would you look at that again? Oh no, that's not supposed to happen. I don't know why he's doing this. There we go.
Wouldn't be a Sonic game if we weren't flying through walls, would it?
Oh no, I died. Oh, never mind. But Amy's dead. Okay, so let me explain what you just saw. We theorized that works because the way that loops work is that you go through one path swapper, then you go to the next. So Amy's hammer did was it launched me so high that I was able to click to the ground because I skipped the path swapper, so I thought I was like on the wrong layer. It's like a layer. And usually that clip's not so bad, but I was struggling to get it there. I'm not exactly sure. Like, I may have scrolled my screen too far upward. And that act's supposed to take like 30 seconds, but whatever.
Watching just Amy fall off the screen was like the epitome of that meme. Oh no! Anyways.
That wouldn't actually work in any of the other advanced games, because if you were to die, then if you die even if you hit the goal, then it just counts as a death anyway. So Advanced 1 actually has a few clips that you actually have to go back into bounds, back in bounds purposely, just so that doesn't happen. There we go, that's Act 3 done, pretty solid. I'm moving on to a boss that is notorious for being a lot of people's challenges. It's actually not random though, it's just very punishing to hit. Going for a double 4-hit setup. So I'm gonna hit him 4 times, let him try to attack me, and then hit him 4 times again. That is 4. Just a little bit of kind of fat finger that. That's okay. Try it. Say it's not so bad, and then I died.
It was just RNG manipulation.
Yeah. This is on purpose. There we go. That's what it was supposed to look like the first time, but I kind of slipped off. The boss, it's very daunting for newcomers. I've gotten it pretty consistent there. Obviously I messed up. Moving on to the next song, Cybertrack. A lot of the, like Sonic Adventure era, Sonic Advance era, like every game in like this mid-2000s of Sonic, or a lot of games in general, but every game had to have a gravity gimmick in it. This song was no exception. There's also, it's going to be similar to the early games now, it's just going to be a lot. The first two acts are going to be similar. It's just going to be running forward and holding the other button.
Shout outs really quick to Bro Senja for that utterly enormous raid. Welcome on in, everybody. You are watching Fastest Fruit Spring Spectacular 2021, benefiting the Organization for Autism Research.
Going for sending to jump here. Oh, I just didn't jump at all. Okay. Where am I going? Okay, here's where I'm supposed to be now.
And yes, as Blaze has said, we are so close to a new PB for the marathon. Just over $300 away. Every little bit is going to add up.
Guys, keep those donations coming in.
Oh, Bro Sencha, this is your chance to make me read terrible puns like I like to submit other people to.
These actually be a little bit faster if I use Tail for Sonic, but it's not worth it to switch to them, so I'm just taking a take. They're also very good for the bosses. Like, what's that? That's okay. That was a lot better than a Lost Act. So, Act 3 is what the start of what I like to call the gauntlet. Act 3 is a minute 30. I think it's the longest normal act in the game. Minute 30 on good run. Act 3 is actually also critiqued by casual players in this game as being very easy to get locked in.
That's my secret. I can get lost in any Sonic stage.
I get those worked up enough. I can jump between those platforms there without being wired. But I just get it there. Ooh, they should be cool. Right there, you saw me pause buffer hammer in the air, like the hammer swing attack. That's just get me to stop my air momentum completely. Makes it easier when Alright, coming up, this rail. This rail can randomly kill me sometimes. Let's see what it does. Didn't. I just gotta nail a bunch of Sonic jumps. There we go. Not too bad overall. This jump roll here is the most RNG based because it's got the shield and the attack shield. These little this attack where it's vulnerability frames are. Yeah. Okay, here we go. There we go, 138 is pretty marathon safe. We can go for a tricky hub roll movement that saves half a second. And nailed it, cool. So this boss I'm actually gonna have to contemplate for. It's not random, but we'll see. Right. Is stable. Okay, now they're actually. Come on, just get the right angles, please.
Everybody in chat shouting, "You little!"
Love to hear it.
Meanwhile, I'm just watching the most aggressive game of Pong I've ever seen.
Okay, I had a setup for the first 5 hits of that box, but I messed up the 4th one and immediately turned into a train. That's okay. It's very easy to make one mistake on that boss and then just have it snowball to so much time lost, but... Oh. Glad I took the list.
Watching that boss in the videos you showed me, yeah, I can definitely see how that goes from okay to chaotic in no seconds.
It's usually the 6th and 8th hits that's are really hard to get. Again, it's not RNG. The way he shoots the balls is consistent every time, but it's the angles are very finicky. Essentially, gotta be. I'm no master of geometry. I like barely passed that class.
You're in good company, then.
Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel is like sort of Sky Zone. It's like if you've ever played Sonic CD, this is sort of like Angel Island. In fact, I think this is Angel Island. So here you're using me. This is why another reason why Amy is super useful, especially for Chaos Angel, because there's a lot of springs that I can use that hammer to get myself essentially take little shortcuts to the level. A lot of balance pits in this level, it's very easy to die. In the indoor section, there's some balance pits, and then there's an outdoor section, even the parents who fall and die. Like right here. We're going pretty good so far. Okay, cool.
If I can poke in for just a moment. Just want to remind folks, the character bid war for Sonic Robo Blast 2, that game is coming up next, so if you want to see your chosen character get up on screen in a very game, get those donations in quick, please.
So, at the end of Act 1 there, it's a little bit random depending on what angle you decide to do the slope jump on the rail. You can generally, like, use the air dash to gain back control and then go onto the platforms. Very scary and very flat looking. It's a lot more complicated it is. That doesn't mean it's like the risk of the strat is any less. Let's try not to get squished by these blocks. Get it. Don't do that. I missed. I was supposed to jump bounce off an enemy. That's okay. I did it. Really making that jump with the air dash, and I said that's Chaos Angel 2 done, and I'm actually going to soft reset right after this cutscene. The reason why is because I'm not done with team swaps yet. We're on to the final team swap, which is going to be a combination of Tails and Amy. There we go. Amy's tag actually is a little similar to Tails, to where she stunts you straight up, but she also does the same thing in the air. So this is an auto-scroller level. I'm gonna fly over everything though. pushing damage on purpose there, just get a good setup on this type. I can use any stack action to gain me a lot of height, kind of stack them up on each other, like slowly with height, just keep doing that. Sometimes the enemy's right there. Cool. That went very, very well. I was failing with some practice. Marathon. But I only got 2 more bosses left now. Auto-scroller platforms, who needs them, am I right?
That is pretty much the dream of every speedrunner, skipping an auto-scroller.
So moving on to this boss is a little bit random. Or it's a little bit random, I should say. I don't know exactly. So I need to just hit this dome. And after the 4th hit, Eggman's gonna do the spinning attack. Duration's the same, and it's actually random. And sometimes he randomly flips over and you can't react. Grab a ring, thank you. Okay. Oh no, I didn't hit him. He did jump attack right as I was about to hit him. I thought I hit him first. Okay, there we go. Not too much trolling, that boss really likes missing me. There we go. This is just beat the game, so I'm not going to be doing anything else other than this final level, this Ultra Emerald, where the Master Emerald is, but Eggman stole. There's a Master Emerald in this game, but I don't know how it has relevance to the plot. Oh wait, no, never mind. No time to explain it now. Here on to Ultra Emerald, the last Emerald fight. It's the most random of them all, but I can actually hit him, he doesn't have to shield.
Shoutouts to Fox and the Fedora for the raid as well. Welcome on in, everybody. You're watching Fastest for a Spring Spectacular 2021, benefiting the Organization for Autism Research.
I only got... thank you so much for the raid. I only got one hit there. I mean, one missile platform. Missile... I'm getting my words mixed up. One missile pattern. Missile patterns are the slowest, but it's easy to do. Okay, so this is... I think it's called the 8th King. You're supposed to climb up the hands that you have. It's like... sort of like Mario vs. Donkey Kong final boss thing. Oh. Okay, that was that. Middle hands is supposed to have. I could just use Amy's attack action to hit him. Also very fast. I have to do it in the air because if I do it on the ground, then I'm running out. Timing ends right with this. And, time.
GG's.
That was very fun. A few mishaps here, but I played a lot of levels pretty game. Yeah, I played a lot of levels pretty solidly, so very happy with that. Yeah, not much else to say. The game sort of just ends here. There is a true ending, but like Supersonic boss, you have to do a bunch of other stuff. That's its own thing. Today I see to beat the game.
And you did it in 42 minutes and 44 seconds. An excellent run. Any shout-outs, anything else you want to give?
42 is not too bad for a marathon. Sonic community was very nice to me and let me in. Oh my gosh. I would definitely... I was thinking about doing a PB attempt soon, so if you, on my Twitch, I'm going to be doing PB attempts on my Twitch to finally get sub 40 on this game. So stay tuned for that eventually. But I don't know. Thank you so much for having me on here. I'm so happy to do this. Sorry if I was shaky on the run, and I just had a really great time, and I hoped we were able to rake in some donations. Thank you.
Hey, nerves are always a thing, and we're always happy to have you. Excellent run, Fruit. Thank you so much for that. Folks, we still have a bunch more great runs coming up, too. We have